Are you overwhelmed by all the light stand options? Well, here are 4 things you need to know before buying a light stand. Number 1 is the weight of your light and your modifier. A lightweight stand is great for small portable lights like this, but they're not really going to do so well with heavier lights and larger modifiers. All of our light stands have the maximum load capacities listed in the specifications on our website, so make sure to check that out and compare it against the weight of your light and the modifiers that you use most often. Number 2 is height. How high do you normally place your light? If you're a portrait photographer, you're not really going to be placing your light 10 feet, 13 feet overhead very often. An 8.5 foot stand is probably where you want to be. What you also want to consider though is if you like to put your light, or if you need to put your light at about 8 feet, I wouldn't recommend an 8.5 foot stand. Rather, I say go with a 10 foot stand. Now why is that? Because at 8 feet, a 10 foot stand is going to be a lot more sturdy than an 8.5 foot stand. The longer legs give you a wider base, and the thicker columns just add that much more stability. Number 3, booms. Do you need to put your light out overhead? Well, then yeah, you would need a boom. The big advantage of having a boom arm is it allows you to move your lights laterally within a given space. So for example, if I'm doing a portrait of my subject and I want the light flat on top of them, I don't want to have to worry about having a light stand directly in my shot. With something like a C-stand or one of the combo boom stands, I can set the stand off to the side and put the light directly over front of them and not have to worry about having a stand interfering in my space. And number 4, and this is where the other 3 really come together, and that is location. Where are you shooting most often? Are you shooting in a controlled environment like a studio, or are you shooting out on location with uneven terrain and wind? If you are shooting on location, are you unloading everything from the back of a car and just setting up shop, in which case something larger like a C-stand would be okay? Or are you hiking up to the top of a mountain, in which case you'd want to consider weight? So to recap, the 4 things you need to know before buying a light stand. 1 is the weight. How heavy is your light? How heavy are your modifiers? 2, height. How high do you need to place your light? 3, do you need a boom arm? And 4, location. Where are you shooting? If you can answer these 4 questions, you'll be able to make an informed buying decision when it comes to picking out your light stand. If you have any questions on any of our light stands, leave us a comment below and click on the link in the description box to see our full line of light stands on our website. Just walk into frame. Oh geez. Should probably go for a 10 foot stand. Now why is that? Because at 10 feet, light and your modifier. Number 5, bonus. Okay. In addition to allowing you to move your lights, opens up the lateral space. Does that make sense? Opens up the lateral, so they free up the lateral space. That's what we're saying. Booms. Do you need to put your light out overhead? Well, then yeah, you would need a boom. That's right.
I'm gonna cut it.
18th time's the charm.